Because you see, we build ourselves up on these premises, these ideas, and then even something good can make the whole house of cards collapse. So it's kind of like someone has pain for 20 years and you go ping, 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 and the pain magically vanishes. And we've all seen this happen. And for 5 minutes, they're walking around going, oh my God, amazing, wow, incredible. It's after those 5 minutes, suddenly their brain goes, fuck, who am I if I don't have that pain? That pain is who I am. That pain is da da da. That pain is part of my story I tell myself that keeps me safe at night, even if it's not a nice story. Shit, we don't even need that anymore. And now you're in this internal little conflict.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like if I let go, so I want to let go and relax, but I keep thinking, if I let go, what if this happens and what if that happens?
And
I feel,
what if it doesn't?
yeah,
Even worse.
yeah. But I think because I've never felt any different, this is like, well, it's exactly what you said. It's scary to go to let,
Yeah, be careful what you wish for. You may just get it. Like, how can you give trust if you can't trust yourself? So, the question is usually done with love, but if I have no love in me, how can I give you love? But trust is exactly the same. So if I have no trust of myself or my body or what it'll do next, I can't trust myself to let go because, oh my God, things could go sideways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about an activation creating spaces, here would be a very important part of how do we create a space where it's safe enough for you to trust that whatever comes up is okay. And so, for example, that we talk about when someone has a huge emotional response and they don't feel comfortable in that. The first thing we can do is we can go into the glute activation points to create a container and a stability. So if you know that if anything comes up that's too much, that's too overwhelming, that's too far, we have strategies to bring your system back in, to make it safe, and to make whatever comes up contained by you. So it's not that anybody else has to do it, you can do it. You may have found in your sessions when you've been having the reactions that aren't what you want, that actually doing the activations with her for the two of you have also been harder. It's like she's not present. You can feel her avoidance. She's talking to you more rather than settling in. You can feel she's taking control of the space. She's, oh, not there, a little lower. And when the results were good was when she was letting go and allowing it to happen. This is the beautiful part of this work. This is the real beautiful art side of it, that there are these other beautiful things that completely influence and impact the outcomes. So you can be doing the same thing, but the environment or the intent behind it or the guarding or the letting go is different, and the results are going to be completely different. What this starts as is a clear decision in you that this is the work you want to do. Cool, because you've got these two here who know and understand this and have worked with you. It's not like you have to start again. Let me tell you a story, and that it's guys, my fear is going to rise up. My apprehension is going to rise up. When you see me disconnecting, closing my eyes, talking and taking over the session, telling you to do something different, that's just my fear talking. And would you mind telling me or acknowledging that and saying, hey, Carla, what are you doing there? What do you mean? Well, you're trying to take over the session. I'm not. I wouldn't do that. Oh, okay, I am. What do you want to do? Do you want to take over the session, or should we drop into this point? And then it's a choice. So it's almost like saying, at any point, if your fear rises so big, we can say, hey, let's back off and call the session to an end. It's not, this isn't a, you have to go there. So what we're doing is we're also then putting in all of the safety kind of features along the way, so that at any point, if you going, whoa, you know that you've got someone working with you who recognizes when your system's going into panic, because you're not going to, and then allows you to make that choice. Do you want to go deeper into it, or do you want us to back off? We can always just go have a cup of tea. There's nothing wrong with that. With oat milk, obviously, because dairy is bad for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice story, Doug. We actually said, well, this, we could make a whole diagram of, look at these, and they like things that drive you down. So here's an arrow that drives you down. Here's and all of these are physiological influences that collapse the system. And if somewhere else you go, but I've got to do the work. Well, got to do the work isn't deciding to do the work. So it really comes in a decision. Do you want to go there? And if the answer is no, that's perfect too. Because the decision is what your body's looking for. It's looking for clarity. Because when you kind of half and half, then you get nothing. And then your body feels unsafe. Hesitation for your body is the most unsafe place, because that's uncertainty. And so your goal, I would think, is to create some certainty in your system. That someone's pain vanishes, and then they're like, well, crap, who am I without this? Who am I without my rituals and routines that keep me safe? Who am I if this belief system that says I'm not safe no longer exists? Oh my fuck, what if I actually felt safe? What if I actually felt powerful? What if I actually felt strong? How would I have to do my life differently? And what would I have to let go of? What would I have to walk away from? What would I have to sacrifice? Of course, it's damn scary. Staying in pain, staying in discomfort, staying in weakness, a place where you don't want to be, is the easier option. Details never matter. It's the fact that your system went, I'm unsafe. I created rituals every night so that I would be able to go to sleep because I was afraid. I was unsafe. And so you can be living in the safest world possible, but if you still interpret it as unsafe, it is unsafe. So this is why when someone tells us, like a client goes, oh, I'm just like this, and you go, no, you're not. You're that. You weren't listening. That's someone, a space that you look at it and go, wow, that's so amazing. And they tell you about it and they're going, oh, it's terrible. And you go, no, you're wrong. It's this. You weren't listening. For them, the way they interpret it. So if your system has said, I am unsafe, then you're unsafe.
Symptoms vary from reflux to not being able to swallow, to chest pain, then to bloating, yes, gas at times, then constipation, then going to the toilet more, and then obviously the more bloated my stomach gets, the worse it makes my back feel. So
you're a friggin' mess.
Yeah, and that pattern and that cycle has been going around like that for a very long time. A very long
time being how long?
Probably since I was 15, but as I've got older, it's definitely got worse. And it has got worse since I had my gallbladder removed. Definitely, that's definitely left me with a lot of scar tissue through here, and I get permanent pain. But I saw the gastroenterologist, and he said you've definitely got adhesions through here on the ascending colon. I get loads and loads of discomfort all around my right hip as well.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Right side.
That's all interesting. So therefore, any masculine energy is a threat, just as a thought. If it just
yeah.
So if something's a threat, how the friggin' hell can you then ask it to hold you and make you feel safe? So the change is not going to happen from the outside. It has to come from the inside. So this is what I think we could do today. And this is what I love, because you initiated this.
Yeah. Yes. Because I want to feel better.
Okay.
This is
where there's always been resistance. I've wanted to go into a point and Carla's like, oh no, it's just maybe not so much today because that sets this or that's it. And I'm like, okay. So, but I know that's what she needs. This is what we've been discussing for a long time. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you see how cool that is because all the things that we've said, when you get to that place where her body goes, oh shit, not that, then she brings out all of her survival strategies, charming, controlling, playing a victim. Oh no, oh my God, consequence. And then you feel bad. And you go, okay.
Yeah.
And then you're being a bad friend.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready to be a good friend now. It's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Now you say that.
I won't be a minute, probably.
Oh no, this is going to be the most terrifying experience of your entire existence.
Don't tell her that now.
Oh no, I don't want her to be surprised.
No,
It's and the cool part is if you do die, you're already lying down, so it's fine. We won't have to carry you. We'll just wheel you out because you can.
See, I already feel like I'm getting the shakes now already.
What? Oh, that's terrible. I feel so bad. You mean the space doesn't feel safe anymore?
Don't buy into a victim.
No. That's okay. All right. She says.
Okay. Right, Carl.
So how it first you're going to find that right calf point. If you were a warrior, Carla,
Yeah.
all you would want in from your life is an honorable death.
Okay.
Mickey's going, yes, bro, you're right on. So this is going to be a long, so dropping in. I want it close to the edge of disgusting.
Okay, we'll go in.
No.
She didn't die.
What would happen if you took your hand just a little lower? So there's an interesting thing that comes up. Isn't it funny how you can feel the bed supporting you now?
Yeah.
So even the bed's got your back. So is this the quietest she's ever been after us in any kind of work?
I'm just watching her drop through each level.
Isn't it amazing how much space there is inside of you, Carla?
Yeah.
That's what I find so beautiful about the body.
Just feels really, I don't know, I just don't want to talk.
All right, so don't.
Goodness shakes.
And we know the shakes are allowed. This is when the space opens up, and it's almost like the picture I have to say for you today, which would be different to what I've normally said, is imagine that as your tissues are opening up, this is the blood flow pushing its way through to places it's not been before. This is energy and life moving through to places it's never been before. It's kind of, it's meeting like mini resistances along the way, but they're not big resistances because you've done the big work. And it's allowing and going, it's cool. Shake away.
I don't think I've ever felt that I can breathe so much.
I never seen you breathe so much.
Yeah, I just feel like I need to keep
going. Yeah.
Well, then well, exactly, because you are having to compensate for a lifetime of not having breaths. And every breath brings new oxygen, which then can go through this bloodstream that's opening up to places it's never gone before. It can go and deliver to that scared little cell somewhere in your wherever. It can go and deliver some oxygen that can be turned into ATP, can be turned into things that are going to raise your system, expand your system, clean your system. Everything else you've been experiencing has just been the warnings, the body trying to communicate and say, we're not there yet. This isn't right. So the funny thing is you really did get a Christmas present. Because the present challenged you to be something different, to put something down.
Yep.
And in this work, we're looking for clarity through the neural system. We're looking for clarity in the communication between the mind and the body. And if we are not sure, if our stories are so confusing, then our body's confused. If I give you 10 choices and you don't know which one to choose, you'll choose nothing. Therefore, no action happens, no change happens. And so it's that clarity. And it's just, because you can see actually on one side, what we've done here today is incredibly simple. But the beauty of it, of simplicity, is simplicity doesn't make it easy.
No.
But that simplicity holds a mirror to your system that allows it to actually go, no, I actually don't want to do this anymore. Have a think about that little girl who had rituals every night before going to bed. How does that feel when you think about that?
It doesn't, nothing. I don't really feel anything.
You cold, heartless bitch. That poor little child. No, it's just, but can you see how weird that is? It's like when you were telling us that, your whole body had a response to the, and now it's like, yeah, that's what happened. Which means that you take back. Imagine along the path of your lifetime, each one of those situations where you're giving up power. Let's say it's just a tiny piece, but done 1,000 times. And so all your power goes. And imagine that in the moment, you no longer have that reaction. You've gathered up all that power, all that energy, all that resilience, all that ability. And now you have it with you right here, right now. You know, fully recharged, fully loaded, fully ready to do whatever it takes that you choose to do. not what the frightened you of 6 or 7 or 8 years old would do, because you're not that anymore. And you've brought all of that through time. In a sense, you've balanced it all.
Mm.
And now you get the moment to choose to do it differently. And if you choose not to do it differently, that's fine too. Why? Because you have a choice. But now we're saying, well, actually, you can choose too. You have a choice. You can stay where you are. We won't judge you. You're allowed to choose that. But before, you didn't have a choice. You only had that. Now you've got another option.
Mm.
And that choice is where our power lies. Always.
I'm laying here for the first time in my life. I don't really feel anything, which is a good thing, because I always feel some kind of negative emotion, always. And I don't really feel anything.
Awesome.
I do feel very different. I know that, very different. And I sound different.
You sound completely different.
I sound different. I don't feel frustrated and angry, probably, and sad and scared. Okay.
Gosh, we've just put a whole lot of psychologists and counselors out of work, haven't we?
Completely. Finger.
I can actually breathe. I feel like, which I haven't felt for so long, that I can probably breathe into my right side of my body. I don't think I've felt like that for a long time. So I keep touching myself. I feel like,
What is this?
yeah.
I might actually have to use that little piece. I can breathe now, so I keep touching myself. I mean, that'll get lots of attention.
All the right kind, of course.
Yeah, and it feels softer
It
here.
looks soft. It's amazing. Yeah,
That all feels,
really soft.
yeah, really soft actually. Yeah, feels lots
Tender
softer.
around there or not?
No, it just feels, yeah, it feels better all through there. That usually feels hideous in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That feels, yeah, different.
There's a difference. Those things from a place of fear versus trying on a new power. You know, a lot of times in movies when superheroes suddenly discover their power, the first thing they do in trying it out is they go break stuff and destroy stuff until they learn to manage, hold, and control. And control's maybe not the right word, but hold the power that's in you. With all this new spaces and wonderful new opportunity.
Yeah.
I think before Carla's had a few after activation, like you actively told me she's been over angry and over like, and that I guess again is that, but it's coming from fear because we've never got to the bottom of her why.
Yeah. So you've got into it. You've certainly touched on it, which is how we get to this place in the first place. Because hang on, what the hell's going on? We need help. Awesome. You know, it's and that's got to be all of us. It's like there comes a point where we need another set of eyes, another piece of feedback, and it's perfect.
I feel very different. Very different.
So when you're ready, you can stand up.
Everything feels different. Did your room look different? Everything feels everything looks really quite different.
Yeah, while your eyes were closed and you took your 10-second breath hold, we changed everything because that's what we do.
Painted quickly.
I
We
think
got Super Mario in.
everything looks brighter and clearer and sharper and fresh. Everything feels fresh. I think feels fresh and new almost.
Awesome.
I do feel different, and I think it's going to take me
massively different.
Yeah, I do feel different. I feel different. I don't know if I want to cry or laugh, or I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. Sorry, I've got to bloody cry. I hate crying.
Not a bad thing.
But you know what's important here?
Yeah.
Feel what you need to feel. All energies are welcome.
I think I feel, in a way, I feel relieved because I don't want to carry on feeling like I've been feeling. And I think I've always felt like this, and I know I've never wanted to feel like this, ever. And I just feel relieved that I just feel relieved. I do feel relieved. I think that's what I feel,
Awesome.
is relieved.
Am I allowed to hug you? You can cut this out of the video.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. You did it.
Well, no, actually, you both did it. In fact, we all did it. Hey, Mickey.
Teamwork.
We're all part of this process. And it's beautiful. For me, what I can see from here is it actually looks like your neck is longer, like your shoulders have dropped, and so much is different. You know, you were feeling your face going, it all feels different. For me, it looks different. Now, I always, when anything's done online, I go, yeah, maybe it's the camera angle, maybe, you know, so I'm always open to that. But
I can tell you it looks a lot different from here, definitely.
I feel really different. I feel I just feel different. Relieved, I think. I've always felt I've had a ball and chain around my ankle forever.
Notice it's on the right-hand side.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I've always felt that, always. I can remember feeling like that at school. When I was at primary school, I can remember feeling like that. So I've always felt like that. And I don't feel like that now. I think I'm just crying because I feel relieved.
Let some shit go.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. It's awesome.
Thank
you know, it's from a what have we done here? What we've done is we've got clear what is the challenge that your system's coming up against. We've then created the space in order to do the work. And then you've done the work. We can't do the work for you.
Yeah.
Think how many people you've helped. Think how many people whose lives you've influenced and changed. Isn't it time for you?
Mm.
You know, you've got a great story already, and people will go, wow, that's incredible. And it is. But that was just your first step.
As far as I'm standing here, I'm not moving, which I'm always moving because this all hurts and makes me want to do this all the time. And I actually, just listening to you, I feel like I want to keep touching myself, which is really bizarre now.
So when we all leave her alone, you know,
I'm holding in all my comments, all of them.
control your mind.
yeah, I feel this all feels totally different. I do feel like I need to touch myself because everything feels really different.
Is it mine?
We won't judge you.
Better read my husband getting home early.
Yeah.
Yeah. My feet. I think my feet feel completely different as well.
Well, you see, when you're touching and feeling, you almost need to be telling your brain, "Hey, this is me.
My body.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
this is me." Whereas, like, because it feels that different, it can feel that different.
And honestly, it does feel that different. That's I do feel like I need to keep,
Well, always. Well, it's also like that. That's when someone goes, "Am I dreaming? Let me pinch myself." This is like, it feels so different. I just need to double check, and I need to double check, and I'm going to check again and again, because before this was not possible, because it wasn't even part of my reality of what could happen, because it fell in the realm of what I don't know that I don't know is possible. And now that it is, what are we going to do different? I don't know. Let's see. It's this, and just think how many times I say, when we do the right thing with the body, it responds immediately. And so it's kind of, it takes us putting in the time, putting in the perseverance and the learning to be able to go, it's okay not to have the answer, 100 times, as long as you're willing to keep looking for the answer. And because the answer is always there. It's not like sometimes, it's always there. Always, always, always. And all that happens with this work is the more comfortable we get in it, the more easily we can find that thing that works, that combination, that way. That's all this is. But it's an awesome privilege to be with the three of you doing this.
And honestly, it does feel that different. That's I do feel like I need to keep, Well,
always. Well, it's also like that. That's when someone goes, "Am I dreaming? Let me pinch myself." This is like, it feels so different. I just need to double check, and I need to double check, and I'm going to check again and again, because before this was not possible, because it wasn't even part of my reality of what could happen, because it fell in the realm of what I don't know that I don't know is possible. And now that it is, what are we going to do different? I don't know. Let's see. It's this, and just think how many times I say, when we do the right thing with the body, it responds immediately. And so it's kind of, it takes us putting in the time, putting in the perseverance and the learning to be able to go, it's okay not to have the answer, 100 times, as long as you're willing to keep looking for the answer. And because the answer is always there. It's not like sometimes, it's always there. Always, always, always. And all that happens with this work is the more comfortable we get in it, the more easily we can find that thing that works, that combination, that way. That's all this is. But it's an awesome privilege to be with the three of you doing this.
I don't know why, as you were talking to me, I remember when I was 7 and I had a panic attack, and I was 7 and I just remember, I think since then I've always felt like I've never been completely present in the world, and I now feel like I'm awake and I mean completely awake, completely, not
mostly.
I don't know if this is making any sense, but I feel completely here now, not stuck in shit in the past. I feel that, all the shit has been there and I haven't been able to move forward or get rid of it or let go of it or get rid of that ball and chain, but I feel totally different. I feel present for the first time ever. I feel like I've woken up, really woken up. and my body feels different. I can't. Everything feels different. I do feel like I need to touch. I don't even know. It just feels. Yeah, I just feel like I'm awake. That's what I feel now. I feel like it's going to take a bit of time to get used to feeling like this, actually.
Well, exactly. Well, what you're actually saying is going to take time to actually feel, because what we've done is if you're only half awake, that means there's so much of that information that's coming you're not feeling as a strategy of survival from 7 years old. You know, it's quite interesting that your brain and your body goes back to that. Hang on, I haven't felt this way since then.
Yeah, that's the last time I felt like this, was then. Yeah. Amazing.
And I have to do this because I made the comment earlier, and because nobody would actually know right now. This is a for real thing. You're not actually 28, are you?
No, I'm 49.
Near enough.
Here's what's so beautiful right here and right now.
Well, I look 28 now.
You could pull off 28 in your sleep. It's a stance, it's a way, it's a vitality.
Yeah. I can't. I do feel totally different. I can't remember the last time I was able to stand still and not have pain.
You look so like rooted in the
I
ground.
feel like I do. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like I'm sort of. My feet. I've done that. Somebody stuck my feet to the ground. But I don't want to move. I don't feel like I need to move, and I have zero pain through my hip, or my stomach, or my shoulders, or my neck at this moment. And I can never stand still without having to move. And I feel like I want to. I just sort of want to stay here now.
We'll see you there. See you next week.
Even my feet.
They look different, don't they? Yeah, I was thinking that. They really
look splayed out. Yeah, my
the spread.
Oh, sugar.
Oh,
Sorry,
the phone just did something.
Yeah, that's cool then.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, even my toes have splayed out on the floor. Oh, it's weird.
So can you see what's so important here? And this is part of almost the hardest part to teach people, is when you hit that thing that's the right thing, give someone the chance to feel it and own it. Like, the work is happening right now in you integrating and noticing all the other things that are happening inside you. It's beautiful. But what we do is we look at our clock and we look at our schedule and we go, oh, hurry up. Oh, I've got more to do. Wait, if you think that's good, I've got something else. And how much more magnificent is this? You know, where's my thing? Where did I write it? Be astonished was the thing that I saw on a bathroom wall at my new favorite coffee shop. But it's about be astonished, you know, be astonished by how amazing you are. And you've had this in you always. And all of these things that have culminated as you and your world and your life have put these things on you that have stopped you knowing and feeling all of this. And that's the world that we're living in. That's the, you know, so of course people are scared and reacting to all of the craziness going on in the world. But that's because they've got no connection in with what they are. So, you know, when we seek certainty out in the world, and then the certainty of, and that's how we've survived. Now that changes, that goes, everything's different. Well, now we're called on to find certainty somewhere else, which can only be here. And when you can feel what you can feel right now, you have certainty. That's that rootedness. That's that connectedness.
I can't believe I'm not moving, and I'm stuck on the ground like this, and I'm not moving, and my feet just feel like they're just embedded in the floor.
What have all of our conversations been about of the projects that's most important to you?
The school.
Mm-hmm. Do you think if we look at the story that you're letting go of, you may understand what the drive has been to work in schools, specifically schools where kids are in environments that are not safe, where they are afraid, where they are traumatized. And so your calling to those schools has been a calling to heal what's inside you. So what's really, really powerful here is that now you can stand and go, I know, I have been there too. And it took me this long to find my way back to me. And it's a wonderful place where I feel strong and grounded and rooted. And if you'd like, I'd love to share it with you. And that's the work when you're ready.
Yes.
Mickey?
Yes.
What do you think?
I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, all in my mind, but when you were talking to Carla and, saying or recognizing all these patterns, and I know exactly what my pattern is. And I kind of like, well, at the same time as she was doing her breath hold, I was doing mine too. And my leg was tormenting me the last couple of days, and I know exactly why now. And the pain is gone. So I don't know if it was just like a case of sitting here, resting, but the pain is not there. It just feels completely different. So yeah, I think that's the hardest thing. So that's the poster that I put on Facebook as well. I think is very hard to get people to recognize and make the choice. Some people, they want to feel better, but they're not prepared to make a different choice because it's too easy to go back to the old ways.
Yeah. And the thing is that we've got to let them, because that's okay. The thing is that we work with people when they're ready to work. And sometimes, we test people, we rub some points, we help them switch things on, and it makes enough of a difference that they're happy. We know there's more. Okay. But they're already happy. They've already ticked the box. And so I think that's always been the hardest learning for me, is connecting with that and kind of going, just because there's more that can be done doesn't mean we have to do it. And that's with all of us. It's kind of, the question is, let me see if I can put all of us there. How do we? Just trying to change my view. Why is it not giving me what I wanted? Hang on, give me 2 seconds. There we go. So it's always interesting, because also, when we've done workshops and someone suddenly starts breathing on the table, and then you notice everyone's breathing, and I go, ooh, the sounds change, and half the room goes, oh, you're right. Well, that's because when we see someone doing their work, we connect in with that. We get into their breathing, their sine wave, their story. But at the same time, as we do that, we're also healing our own one, which is why doing this work, the more we do the work, the more we are healing our own bits and bobs and pieces, because we're all of this. That's why I keep having to do the work, because I'm more broken than all of you. See? If I wasn't broken, I couldn't see jack shit.
That's what I believe. We all go through things for a reason.
I thought you were going to say, that's what I believe. You are broken, Doug. That's what I was expecting.